Hello everyone, welcome to Achievers AS classes. Let's begin a discussion on the current events of 29th January 2019. The first issue in news is regarding the Bhopal gas tragedy. The Bhopal gas tragedy occurred on December 2nd and 3rd of 1984 when the highly dangerous and toxic gas methyl isocyanate was leaked from the Union Carbide India Limited. It led to the death of thousands of people and injuries to lakhs of them, besides a loss of livestock and property. It is one of the worst industrial disasters, with complaints from the victims that they did not receive adequate compensation. The Supreme Court in this regard has decided to examine a curative petition by the government for more compensation to the victims of the tragedy and will further look into this issue based on the final judgment. Till then, let's move on to the next issue, which is regarding the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. As you are aware, the IBC is aimed at liquidating stressed assets and thereby free up the locked in capital. In this regard, recently, the Supreme Court has upheld the validity of the law, thereby easing the implementation of the IBC. By doing so, it has sent a strong signal to the borrowers and the bank by ruling that the country can no longer be a defaulter's paradise. One of the major challenges mounted against the IBC was by the operational creditors who are owed money by the stressed company in the normal course of operations like the supply of goods and services. Under the IBC, in the event of liquidation of a company or its sale to another entity, the operational creditors were ranked below the financial creditors and the employees of the company, but this was challenged by them and wanted equal treatment with the financial creditors. This led to several cases being stuck at the National Company Law Tribunal, thereby preventing the efficient working of IBC. Now that the Supreme Court has ruled that there is an intelligible difference between the operational and financial creditors, the issue has been addressed and therefore the court has sent a clear signal of its backing to the IBC. This will be helpful in the repayment of the financial debt and a smoother insolvency procedure which will aid in economic activity. On that note, let's move on to the next issue, which is regarding the draft framework agreement between the US and Taliban with respect to a peace deal in the country. As you are aware, the US president had recently decided to pull out the American troops from Afghanistan, which was also part of his campaign promise. Towards this end, US officials were engaged with representatives of the Taliban, and both sides have agreed to a framework of a peace deal in which they seek the guarantee of the Taliban militant organization to prevent Afghanistan from being used by terrorists and thereby undertake a full pullout of US troops from Afghanistan. The details of the deal have to be still framed out, but the Afghanistani president has expressed concern that the peace deal would be rushed and has highlighted the failure of the previous settlements that ended in bloodshed, including the one when the Soviet Union withdrew in the late 1980s. Despite a promise of a peace deal, Afghanistan broke into anarchy, and therefore the US has demanded for an assurance that Afghanistan would not be used for a ground for terrorism by groups like Al Qaeda, and has also sought guarantees and an enforcement mechanism before withdrawing combat troops from Afghanistan. The agreement is seen as a major breakthrough, but we have to wait and watch the future developments on this issue in the coming days. On that note, I'm wrapping up today's news analysis. Do like, share, and comment to support this initiative. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.